Hello, friends. Welcome to Psalm 86 this morning. My name is Emily Meredith. I have known Heidi since I was 4 and she was 6, and she came to our house for piano lessons. So it's been a while. I'm thankful that I get to come on here and just share some thoughts with you all. So let's get started. This is Psalm 86, which on the She Reads Truth website, she called it a prayer in times of sorrow. So rather apt for this time, but let's go ahead and I will read it and then I'll share some thoughts with you all. So let's start. Psalm 86. Hear, O Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. Guard my life, for I am devoted to you. You are my God. Save your servant who trusts in you. Have mercy on me, O Lord, for I call to you all day long. Bring joy to your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. You are forgiving and good, O Lord, abounding in love to all who call on you. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Listen to my cry for mercy. In the day of my trouble I will call to you, for you will answer me. Among the gods there is none like you, O Lord. No deeds can compare with yours. All the nations you have made will come and worship before you, O Lord. They will bring glory to your name. For you are great and do marvelous deeds. You alone are God. Teach me your way, O Lord, and I will walk in your truth. Give me an undivided heart, that I may fear your name. I will praise you, O Lord my God, with all my heart. I will glorify your name forever. For great is your love toward me. You have delivered me from the depths of the grave. The arrogant are attacking me, O God. A band of ruthless men seeks my life, men without regard for you. But you, O Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. Turn to me and have mercy on me. Grant your strength to your servant and save the son of your maidservant. Give me a sign of your goodness, that my enemies may see it and be put to shame. For you, O Lord, have helped me and comforted me. That's good stuff. So, like I said, this is called a prayer in times of sorrow. And one of the things that I noticed reading through, just a quick read through of the devotional online, was that the thing that she pointed out was that David, the author, is feeling sorrowful and is just immediately sharing that with God. Something that it's very easy for me to do, and it may be easy for you to do as well, is to to feel guilt and to feel shame when you feel pain. Like, oh, well, that's not something that a Christian's supposed to feel. We're supposed to be Christians. We're supposed to be like always joyful and always loving and sunshine and rainbows. But suffering is a very real part of life. And we need to kind of train ourselves to feel suffering, because suffering is necessary. It's necessary for growth and for character. And it is a good thing to keep in mind that here, yes, he's feeling sorrow, and yes, he's sharing it with God. That's a great way to process sorrow and to process pain, is to share it directly with God. I like to make it a habit in my prayer and in my journaling to just tell God what I feel. Tell him what you feel. He knows already. And it's that much sweeter when you're just completely guileless before him and completely transparent, because he knows anyway. So it's not like you can trick him at all anyway. And it's just really good to be able to share that with someone sometimes too. It is neat too, because not only is David feeling pain, but he's also contrasting that and reflecting on that in the context of God's character. Because several times he goes through and it's not direct correlation, but he'll make some comment, help me, O Lord, and answer me, I'm poor and needy. And then, a couple verses later, you are forgiving and good, O Lord. So it's like, here's what I'm feeling. Here's who God is. And if you constantly come back and remind yourself of who God is, that just puts what you're feeling in a completely different light. Yeah, like I said, suffering is necessary for growth. One thing I wrote down here too to share with you, I thought this was really neat. I was reading, actually I wasn't even reading it, I just saw it. It was like the front page of a magazine, and I think it was either like Voice of the Martyrs or Samaritan's Purse or some ministry, and on the very front they had a quote from one of their frontline workers or a missionary overseas, and the quote was, "Expect hard places to yield more fruit." Wow. It's good stuff. And so that's an encouragement too, as you're in the middle of suffering, to be like, yes, this is really hard. Yes, this is one of the hardest things I've ever faced. But that means it will bear more fruit than anything else that you ever experienced. That's really sweet, and it has been a great encouragement to me over the past month, over the past couple months, actually. Now, it will only yield fruit if you let it. If you face suffering and you either try to shove it aside, try to put it in its own little box, be like, nope, we're not going to deal with that, we're not going to feel that, that's not good, I am going to focus on something else. Or even if it's in a completely non-Christian context and you're like, I don't want to feel suffering, I'm going to drown it out with other things, that's not going to grow your character. Suffering will only grow character if you let it. If you step back and you're like, all right, God, this is happening and I don't like it, but I'm trusting that you're doing something through this that I can't see, and that your plan through this is better than my plan would ever be anyway. So I'm going to step back and let you work without getting in the way of it. My last thing I did want to say, I'm a musical person. All right, I listen to Christian radio all the time. I have, played piano for forever. I love music. And there's a song, there's actually a lot of good songs out right now. It's been very encouraging. But there's one that I was actually humming like right before I recorded this. And it's literally, the name of the song is A Blessing We Can't See Yet. And the entire premise of the song is about suffering. Suffering is the blessing that we don't see yet, because all we see is the pain and the heartache and the brokenness and the problems. And yet God sees beyond that, and he sees the character. He sees maybe there's some, either a person you're going to connect with through this, or a relationship that will change or strengthen through this, or come about through this. Who knows what the outcome will be. But God knows that by walking through this and allowing it to grow your character and to shape you, this suffering, if you let it, will become a blessing that you just can't see yet. There will be a good outcome on the other side of it, despite all the lies. It's easy to believe now that this is discouraging, this is hard, this is frustrating, but it will be a blessing, and it will be something good that we cannot bring about on our own, that God will have to bring about in the end. Alright, so that's Psalm 86, the prayer in the times of sorrow. I hope you all enjoyed this little moment together, and I pray that this will touch your soul and be an encouragement to you in some way.